Guys, it's Ashley from Bookaholics Anonymous, and I'm going to do another book review. So I sat on this thinking whether or not I should do a review because of the book, and I've seen so many people who dislike the book for a number of reasons, and when I read it, I tried to keep that in mind, plus, what I thought. And so before I go any further, the book I'm talking about, of course, is Carve the Mark by Veronica Roth. It's about two planets, basically. Okay, so let's see if I can say this. Thuva and Shautet is how she pronounced them, I believe. And they're two planets, or not, I think kind of like planets, that are at war against each other, basically. And the Shautet planet are supposed to be these dark-skinned characters who are mean and cruel, and they just horrible people or whatever. And then you have the Thuva planet, and their characters are light-skinned, I believe is what it said, or something like that. And they're kind of calm and, I don't know, rational or something, I guess. I'm not really sure. So that's kind of where I think where the anger and stuff comes from a lot of the people that are saying that about the book, and how it's always the dark-skinned characters who are these monsters and stuff. And I can definitely see where they're coming from, because in the story, that's kind of how she makes most of the characters sound. Okay, maybe all of the characters actually, but there is one of them is, her name is Syra, and she is the daughter of kind of or sister of the ruler of Shautet, and her gift is pain. It is to give pain to people, and she's shown, it's just, I realize that, and there were other people that were talking about how her character was kind of mistaken and stuff for the pain, and she didn't write the pain very well and all this other stuff, and I can see where people would get mad about that. I really can. But with her character, I can also see that how she kind of feels and the pain that she deals with, and I could kind of I can't relate to it, but I can see it in my husband because of the pain that he has every day and that he goes through, because he's got a rare skin disorder, and it's just pain for him daily, and I see that look in his eye and everything, and I can tell that he hurts, and it hurts me to see him like that, and I hate seeing him like that, and I want to just be able to take it all away, and not have him feel that, because it really hurts. It hurts me. And I could see that with Syra. And so I don't like how she made her out to be this cruel girl or whatever, and she was definitely cruel in the beginning of the book, and just, had this way of thinking that, what she knew was what she knew. But as the book progressed, and she kind of began to see Akos, which is the son of another of the kind of wealthy family in Thuve, that the Shautet people had captured because of his gift and his destiny or whatever. And I could see her starting to kind of show herself to Akos, and it was, I don't know, it showed that she had more than just this monster in her, and this person, this painful person that she thought she was. Because even she thought she was a monster, but she's really, she didn't seem, I wouldn't say she grew out of it, but she kind of began to understand. And I don't want to give away a lot of the book, because, there are parts. I just think if you haven't read it and you don't want to read it because of all the reviews that say this book is horrible, this book is so degrading and all that, I say read it. Form your own opinion. Like I said, I can see where everyone is coming from that did not like it, and I can understand why it might hurt people. But I think every book deserves somewhat of a chance. And if you start reading it and you get so far in and you're just still like, no, this is not what I want to read, then understandable. Don't read it. Don't read the rest of it. You tried, But yeah, it's just, I'm not going to say I hated the book. I'm not going to say I absolutely loved it, because there were parts that were a bit somewhat, I don't know, racist if it's really the right word or whatever, but there were some parts in there, that showed darker skinned people as these meaner, I don't think that's a word, well, these people who don't care, and that's not true. Yeah. And there are definitely some spots that I saved that I kind of liked. There's only I know there's probably more, but I have one or two. And one of them is that, let's see. It says, knowing how you fight isn't knowing yourself, he retorted. Fighting isn't important if the people you live with aren't violent. Oh, and what mythical people are those? Or are they imaginary? I shook my head. And then it goes on to say, all people are violent. Some resist the impulse and some don't. So, she's telling you right there that, everyone is violent, or could come to be violent, I guess I would say. That's just how the Châtet were raised to be violent. But she tries to grow out of that, and once you read the story, you'll see that there are others in her country as well, or on her planet, that aren't like that. They are trying to go against that. They're renegades, basically, and they don't want to live like that, And so, there's part of that book, there's part in that book, It's just, I don't know. There's just things about it that you can rip apart or not. That's up to you completely. And for the Châtet, when they kill people, they carve themselves with the kill. So each person they kill, they carve a mark in themselves, hence probably the name of the book. And they cut themselves and all this, and when I read that part, I kind of went back and thought, well, there's another book where if somebody gets a kill, then they mark themselves, or they cut themselves as well, or they tattoo themselves. Really, I think they don't really carve anything in them, but still they keep the kills. And I don't know. It's not the same, but it is the same. I don't know. I'm kind of confused, because when I first started this book, I was thinking to myself, what the hell is going on here? Why? I'm confused. I'm confused. And, you know, I was thinking, maybe everyone's right, maybe this is just that type of book. And I was just like, whatever, you know, I'll read it just to see where it goes. And I got farther in, and I started to learn more about it and learn more about the cultures of both these places. And I don't know. I mean, I don't hate it. I'm not gonna say I hate it. I'm not. But that's just me. That's my opinion. Everyone has their own opinion about the book. I'm not trying to dissuade anyone otherwise or whatever, I guess. I mean, there's plenty of reason, you know, to not read it. And I don't know if this even sounds like a review anymore of the story. It's more of a, I'm not really sure what it is, to be honest. So I don't want people to get the wrong idea. I really don't. But I mean, the gifts were somewhat interesting. They were, you know, the pain one wasn't too, I wouldn't want that gift, definitely. One of the other gifts were some of the oracles. There was one of them that couldn't feel pain or anything like that. There was one that could take memories and swap them. Another one that where nobody else's gift worked on him. He was like, I guess, part of the current or whatever. So there was definitely different gifts in that story than most stories. So yeah, it's definitely a book to check out, and just don't go by the hype of it. So that was a really bad review of the book. I hope it helped somewhat, and like I said, don't get mad at me, please. If you guys have any questions or comments, or you've read the book and you just want to rant about it on my as a comment, go right ahead. Feel free to do that. I'm totally okay with that. If you want to yell at me or bitch at me and tell me that I'm wrong or whatever, go ahead and do that too. That's fine. I'm definitely all all, you know, I will definitely listen to it. If you want to tell me I'm stupid for this or stupid for trying to defend the book or whatever, go ahead, do that too. I don't care. But yeah, I mean, I definitely see why people said what they said. And I will back that part 100%. So just read it. That's all, just give it a chance. Just like any other book, give it a chance. I will see you guys next time. If you have any questions or comments, like I said, leave them below. See you guys next time.